This week we're hearing that in the Old Testament, specifically in the prophets like Ezekiel, that God is a lot like a shepherd with sheep, meaning that God loves us in a very intimate and in a very personal way. The New Testament takes that one step further. In Jesus' own words, in John chapter 10, he says, "The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." Today, we hear one more time about the love of the good shepherd. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 11 says, "He will feed his flock like a shepherd." 550 years before the time of Jesus, Isaiah 40 to 55 reads like a general's orders for the troops to move out, in this case, from Babylon, after a long, long exile in that harsh foreign land. Says the prophet, "Depart from your bondage and proclaim your release," meaning God's new act of deliverance. And in Isaiah 40:11, in that specific verse, God is pictured as a gracious shepherd whose mercy extends not just to the people of Israel as a whole, but to each and every one in a satisfying and in a complete way. How significant is that? A few years back, if you had come into my office at church, among various pictures I had on the wall and on different shelves and places like that, you might have seen a little boy in a scout uniform rappelling up the side of whatever that thing was. Michael, my son, was at scout camp one summer and learned how to climb at camp. I wasn't really too sure about that. I'm not even sure if he was too sure about that. But those instructors were very, very good at what they did. So comprehensive in their teaching. So safe in passing along their knowledge and helping all of these little boys, including my son, learn how to climb. That is what a good shepherd is like, in the sense of knowing each one of us in a personal way, calling us by name, starting really even before we were born, and caring about us in a way that shares grace with us every single day, just in a way that is meaningful for each one of us. So, this Thanksgiving week, among all of the other things that you and I can be thankful for, we can sure be thankful for a God who loves us in a personal and in a very intimate way, at least according to the Old Testament, especially the prophets. And we can darn sure be thankful this Thanksgiving for a God who loves us so much that, like the best of shepherds, God would even be willing to lay down God's life for us. Happy Thanksgiving.